I love getting parcels in the mail. Prepared to operate. Now, for those that are wondering, this is the Makita DTD154 brushless impact driver that I shot when I first got it a few years back. It's tired, but I'm actually going to be repairing it and putting it back into service. Now, first thing to note, these little roller bearings there are from this gearbox, and this is the only thing that failed on it. So I'm going to repair it. This is what we've got, and it's from the same company that I've used for repairing my SDS. Now, I would show you it, but my address is on the other side. That is the company that I've used twice, and I can't fault them. If you have any queries, or you want to get in touch with them for Makita parts, this is the company to go for. We have, I'll do it one-handed, a brand new clamshell case. Admittedly, it doesn't have the model number on it or anything. A rear back cover. The rear gearbox housing, including bearing by the looks of it. And we have, fresh from Makita themselves, the front bell housing. Now, there was a bit of a delay because I was meant to get this a couple of weeks ago, but I had to wait because this part was very sought after, because I'm thinking Makita still make these, to be fair. I could be wrong, they could do the same thing but a different model. Now, these were high in demand, so had to wait until Makita got a new batch out to pretty much get this. This is the only thing that set us back. And as you can see, it comes complete with roller bearings, which is good. So I'm going to put some gloves on, put some scruffies on, and let's get on. I have to bear with us over the noise of the fan. It's a bit warm today, but I'm not going to be replacing any of these parts because these parts are still good. It's just a bearing failure that caused this. So put in there. I don't know how well it's going to show up on camera or not. And then, oops, Daisy. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can do it one-handed. There we go. So she's back in. And it's proper smooth, no play whatsoever. Some bearings must have been bad. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go get some grease and I'll re-grease it. But that is pretty much in there now, so I'm just going to take it out again just to make, and like I say, I'm just going to put some grease in there so it's a bit more clean, as it were, and then we'll go from there. One thing to note is this end cap is reverse thread, to be fair, so don't put it on thinking you got to do it up righty tighty. You got to do it lefty tighty, righty loosey, lefty tighty on these, which is a bit back to front, but it is what it is. So now I've got to put the ball bearings back in and the chuck release back in, so then we go get that. The ball bearings are in. Now I've just got to put the C-clip back on without it pinging off in my face. It's hard to do with gloves. Right, bear with us, this is going to take a minute. Don't make it easy. Ah! Get in there. Hold on, I'm going to need concentration face for this. Right, so it's in, I think I'm missing a washer, but it's fine. It is what it is. I'm not perfect, no one's perfect. So, off the old gearbox, I'm going to have the... Well, I might as well bring the whole one over to you there. So, off the old gearbox, really all that's left is to take this rubber bump stuff off. The new one don't come with one. Should have really brought a new one, but yeah, it's fine. It'd be alright. It's not really that in bad nick, to be fair. Yeah, so that is the gearbox done. So I'll put that aside. Now it's on to the case. Now I have a quick butchers. So it's a clamshell. I just want to make sure what side I've got. So I've literally just got to pull these out gently and then just place it into the new housing. So bugger it. You know what, I'll just keep it rolling. It's fine. Actually, I'll give these a blowout, to be fair. But like I say, look how small the stator pack is. It's ridiculous. And look how small the bloody rotor is. Considering it goes stupidly fast, it's amazing that something that small can go that quick. Right. If it takes too long, I'll pause quick. I don't think it will. Should be alright. Yeah, it's coming out. So that old case, I need it. New one off. What's in place like so. It's just so easy to do. Sure, I don't have any wires in the way, as it were. Just get these routed so they're not in the way. That's it, that's that. Put that in its little home there. Thingy select. How's that? Just goes to show how much dust builds up in these things. Ridiculous. Oh, if you're wondering, I'm just using a soft broom brush thing, what do you call it? So yeah, not too bad. And then what is in there? Sorry. Just like that. This is in there. Spinny. Oops. And the typhoons are flying upstairs, flying around up there. New housing goes on. Oh, hang on, old housing. The one thing I'm going to keep is that and that. To be fair, the rest of it can go adios. And to get these belt clips off, because new ones don't really come with belt clips or any fixings like that, keep the old fixings off the clamshell as well, because they don't come with on the new ones. I'll undo that. Don't need that. I was shot. I got it in the bin bucket. And then this little beastie. Oh, it needs to clean. Yeah, I thought I'd just kind of do like a PIV type thing, you know. Well, not a PIV because it's not stuck to my head, but kind of like easy enough, really. Pull the old one out, slot the new one in, like so, and then because it's all clamshell, gearbox. Don't forget the gearbox. And then the gearbox goes like that. It all goes in one way, to be fair. So it looks like that. You're probably thinking to yourself, well, why are you doing all this? Why not just get the new one? Well, to be honest, it was... Well, I'll explain the story actually, I might as well because I've got time. So, this has been sat unused for about a year now because of the gearbox actually failing which is the front part, had so much excess play in it. It was hard, well, wasn't really that great to use. So I retired it, and I got a price off a company that does like power tools, like Makita, and all them brands, and they did repairs for these. One sec, got to get a different screwdriver. I took it to the guy, and he said, "Oh yeah, the gearbox has failed." He said it's going to be not economically worth it, because he said you've had it for, at this point I had it for 5 years, and he said, well, you got your money's worth out of it. And I didn't like that, to be honest, because this tool, for the body only, when I got this thing, cost us 175 quid. Now, yeah, fair enough, it's 6 years old, technically I've got my money's worth out of it, but for doing all this, and bearing in mind I was a bit sceptical about doing it myself, that's why I started, well, my SDS broke, so that's what started me on the repairing things, like getting things repaired, and it kind of gave us a push, as it were. So I looked at the same company, and for a new case, a new gearbox case, because the internal parts were fine, the back plate, so the new clamshell, this, the gearbox housing, front and rear seal, front and rear part, so this bit and the back bit on the back. One sec. So, so I just wanted to check to make sure everything was sitting properly. So, for a new clamshell housing, for a new one of these, and one of these including bearings, and a new one of them, including shipping, including VAT, was £32. That's British pounds. Now, that definitely does not exceed what this tool is worth. Now, I don't know if the guy was trying to get out of work. I know some people try to quote high to get out of doing work. I'm not too sure, but to have a really expensive tool repaired cheap, I know I'm not paying for labour, but it's not really that hard, to be totally honest, as long as you can, when you take stuff apart like these, just note or even videotape it on how you do it or how you undo it, and then you just got to play it in reverse, really. But with this, these are pretty simple, to be honest. So yeah, like I say, he quoted me, I think it was 70 something, 70, I think it was 77, 78 quid for all this parts that I'm doing now. So I've pretty much paid half of it and done it myself. So I don't know, you'd probably go, yeah, it's not worth it. Well, I'm sorry, but mechanically it's still alright, okay, because apart from 2 bearing failures, what do you, it's, you know, I don't know, probably just me being me, you know. It's a high end, it's, I use it, what I'm trying to say is, I use tools like Makita, that's my personal choice, right? I know you got Milwaukee, I know you got all these other brands, it's personal choice, right? Now, like I say, this is my personal choice, to go and use Makita, because to be fair, I got taught on Makita, I brought the stuff because I felt comfortable using it. So, I don't know, it's just one of them. So, if I can fix it, I will. If I can't fix it, then I'll retire it and replace it. I have had 2 tools fail, but that was technically the motors going. But at that time, they didn't really do repairs. It was like, oh, it's gone, you might as well just throw it away. And it's just one of them. But to be fair, I parted my stuff out that failed and sold the parts that could extend the life of another tool. So, and that is it. Jobs are good. Then we gotta get battery. Quickly before the washing machine kicks off. Ah, yes! We're back in business! Sweet. And it literally looks like a brand new tool, but it's not. I mean, admittedly, yeah, fair play, come on then, that's a dead giveaway. But yeah, alright. First time undoing a screw in a couple of years. If I'm using a decent screw head, that is. Hold on.